process is almost completed. One of the things we're going to do is shrink wrap your boat before we deliver it. We'll make sure all the components are in place, and then it moves at the end where we will lower it down on a Ranger Trail trailer that's incidentally been built at the same time to match. I'm real excited to take you up to the Ranger Trail trailer plant to show you one more place where we have really put a lot of attention to detail to make sure you can get to where you want to go fishing. We're inside the Ranger Trail factory right here on the campus where we build the boats. We started building Ranger Trail trailers many years ago as a result of not being able to really get what we wanted by outsourcing. Over the years, Ranger Trails have really evolved along with the boat. It's a very important part of your investment. Obviously, you can't get to the lake without the trailer. The fit is very important. We felt who better to ensure that that fit and everything is right and balanced to the boat than the people who build the boat. So that's how we got into Ranger Trail a long time ago. There's a couple of ways to build a trailer or materials to build it from. One is a tubing trailer, and tubing generally looks nice. It's strong enough if you pick the right tubing. The problem that we found with tubing is it has an interior, and in that interior it's impossible to paint or protect it from the environment. So it begins to rust over time, and actually fairly quickly. We chose to build out a channel, and we do that for a number of reasons, but structurally it's a great product to build the trailer out of, but it also allows us to put our road armor polyurea paint system all around it. So there is no inside to this C-channel. So you'll find that the basic frames of all of the Ranger Trails, all of the cross members are the C-channel so that we can corrosion protect it. When it comes to the axle, we use a hot dip galvanized material that's protected inside and out. And we do that because we use a torsion system. This member, center member, is connected to the spindle, and these outer members are rubber, and that's where we actually get the suspension. And it's an independent suspension from side to side. Unlike a solid spring or a solid axle that has a spring on each end, where if you hit something on one side of the trailer, a chuck hole, it will be transferred to the other end. These are totally independent. We also use LED lighting, which is the most durable form of lighting that is available for our trailers. Even in the backup lights, everything is LED. It's connected with a wiring system that we build in-house. We do that because we want the right connectors. We don't use connectors that are quick and easy. They're not allowed in our plant. What we're doing is we're putting a heat shrink method so that they're all plug and play, so that they're easily serviceable and as durable as the lights that they're connecting. In addition to that, we weld in a conduit or a chase for all the wiring to be ran through so that it's protected from the elements as well. Our Ranger Trail braking systems are aluminum, they're disc brakes, and they're on every wheel that touches the ground. On the tandem axle, for example, all four wheels will have disc. Gives you that optimum stopping ability. Another great option that we offer on the Ranger Trail that we developed recently is the parking brake system, which mechanically locks down the back disc brakes. What that does is when it's applied, we're able to lock the brakes, and then we can also lock it into place. So you can see the advantages of that. If you're sitting on an incline or you're behind the hotel and you're worried about someone trying to pull your trailer off, by locking this, it makes it almost impossible for it to be moved without detection. Another feature on all Ranger Trail trailers is a center point tongue jack. What this does is folds up very neatly on the center line so it stows away out of sight. Its location on the center line makes it much easier to move the trailer around when it's detached from the vehicle. Another feature on the Ranger Trail trailer is this swing away tongue. You can pull the pin, swing the tongue to the side. It does a couple of things. Number one, you can lock it in place so it's a theft prevention measure, and also it allows you more room, especially in the garage and tight quarters. We also build the fenders in-house, and they're color coordinated to match the particular boat that you're ordering. They also have integrated bunks. They're corrosion resistant, custom fit, and built specifically for the trailer that we're putting them on. To illustrate the durability of the polyurea system that is standard on every Ranger Trail trailer frame, we've developed what we call a gravelometer. It's just a little machine that's blowing air and pea gravel, typical of what would be on the highway. We're putting that in a hopper. We're introducing it through forced air. And I want to show you, this is kind of the standard two-part polyurethane system, a real good durable finish. Let me clamp that into the machine, put a few gravels to it, and let's see what happens. Clamp this in, turn the air on, introduce a few gravels out of the hopper into the airstream. Let it run a few seconds just to make sure that we're getting the gravel flow, and we are. We'll remove this one from the machine, and as you can see, the gravel has wreaked havoc on that finish all the way to the metal. Let's do one last one, and this actually has a two-part urethane and the road armor on one half of it. We'll test it side by side in the machine. We'll remove this one. You can see what the results are, this being the polyurea side, and this is the painted side. This is all the way to the metal. The only thing we have on the surface of the polyurea is a little bit of dust, which will just be easily removed. There's absolutely no damage to the surface at all.